Hey again, Dr. Big Ed. Back again, wearing the same t-shirt. Being a doctor ain't what it used to be. No, but I wanted to talk to you about something else today, and it's something I rarely do. This is an unpaid, not endorsed shout out that I want to do for a company, a product that I bought with my own money. Like, there was no compensation involved here. And it's the Soundbrenner Musician's Watch. Now, I'm into watches. So when this first came on my radar, I was like, whoa, this is pretty cool. But one of the things that turned me off was they were doing an Indiegogo campaign. And I was turned off by the fact that there were a couple of musicians I recognized, nobody really big, but some YouTube personality people who were touting it, and they didn't even have a working model of it yet. They hadn't even, they had just started the Indiegogo campaign, and I asked them about it at Soundbrenner, and they're like, oh yeah, well, we don't have it, we don't have a working production model yet, but here are all these musicians touting it. And I'm like, well, this is nonsense. They're just getting compensated, and this can't be good. But I'm a sucker, so I love watches, and I'm a musician, so I wanted to check it out. Well, this thing is actually pretty cool. What's cool about it is it's a metronome, it's a decibel meter, it's a tuner, and it's a watch. And the metronome can be synced to Ableton. Doesn't really work with Pro Tools, but it can be synced with Ableton through your phone. You sync it to Ableton and the watch and other watches. So if other people in the session, you have a click track, a tempo map, a metronome in Ableton, they'll all feel it pulsing on their wrist. And that's the deal with this. It pulses the metronome. So you actually feel it. Now, if your time sucks, it ain't gonna help you. You know what I mean? But if you really kind of like wanna have a silent pulse playing and feeling and sync to a session, that's kind of cool. Ableton's not my number one DAW. Pro Tools is, but I know a lot of people use Ableton, so that's cool. And there is an app, like I said, in the phone, in Android, in Apple, where you can program and download updates. So point is, I've had it now about 5 or 6 months. And after this amount of time, I think I can recommend this. So I think it's totally worth it. It's a pretty cool thing. So the decibel meter, because I just did an episode, right, about your hearing. So the decibels are serious business for me, right? I want to not, this thing, as soon as the decibels reach a certain level, it starts freaking out. It's awesome. Seriously. Like, it can just be like something can crash in the kitchen and it'll go meh, 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 and it'll show the decibels on it. And you can dial it up to have the decibel meter be active if you're in a loud environment. So the way it works, this is gonna be hard to show, but you press the button on the side and you turn this. I had to take it out of its thing. Press the button, right? And that happens to be the metronome. You can set the beats. And then you turn it next and it's tuner. I know it's probably blurry as hell. You turn it again and it's the dB, there we go, dB meter. You turn it again and it's got a timer. It's got a stopwatch. That's the other one I forgot. It's got a stopwatch. Oh, a timer and a stopwatch. So it's got a timer. I haven't used the timer yet, but the stopwatch. Can you see that? Stopwatch. settings, metronome. So yeah, you press the button on the side, and then you turn this, the bezel, is that how they say it? Bezel? Well, anyway. You turn the bezel, and you get metronome, tuner, dB meter, timer, stopwatch. Okay, so now you see I've removed it from the watch, right? Well, why is that? Well, this is magnetized. And what is that for? Well, Headstock, they give you this little magnet that you attach to your headstock of your favorite guitars. I think they give you 2, but you can order more. And you tune your guitar. It works. I'll just show you it's out of tune there, but you can see. Right? So that's why you can detach it. So you can stick it to the headstock of your guitar. And so this is the bass. Okay? They sell different straps. It slips into the bass because it's magnetic, and the bass is magnetic. Now, so even if, I'm going to put it back to watch now. Oh yeah, and you can do different, scales. Like right now I have it in chromatic, but you can actually dial in different scales. That's pretty cool. It tells time great. One thing though is like every couple of weeks, if you haven't synced it to your app, you'll notice it might be a minute or 2 off. Because you got to sync it to the app via Bluetooth. But then, then you're good for another couple of weeks. The charge lasts about 4 days, 3 or 4 days, somewhere between 3 and 4 days. You hook it up to a computer with a USB, and it's got a special recharger thing, and you recharge it, and then it's good for another 3 or 4 days. I actually prefer it to dealing with watch batteries every year because I'm really into watches, and it's a pain in the ass having to, the watch, yeah, it's a year, and so you just charge it every 3 or 4 days, and it's really good. It comes with, this is an aftermarket nylon wristband. It comes with these rubber kind of swatchy type things. And as you can see, you put it onto the bass with just these 2 snaps. It just snaps on there, boom. The rubber ones that it comes with are pretty cool. I didn't mind them at all. I just wanted like some cloth thing, and they have multiple designs. They have leather. I got me some fine Italian leather for dress up. Like, where do I dress up for? But so they even have leather. Now, one other caveat. If you get this thing, you want the metal, the steel version. Why is that? Well, this is why. Right? So I thought that the steel version was going to be heavier or whatever. So it wasn't even the money, because I think there was only like a $30 difference or something. But within 3 months, this bit broke off this one side while I was changing, right? While I was changing straps. Now, I will add that there's customer service is fantastic. I wrote to them through the app on my phone, which I was signed into, Boom, sent it to them. They're like, fine, no problem. Send us your address and we'll send you a new one. They sent one out right away. But they also offered me a special deal on the metal bass, which I took them up on. So I got the replacement bass free of charge, free shipping, no problem. And they gave me a super duper deal on the metal bass so that I would never have to deal with that again. So my recommendation is just go for the metal one. It's not heavy at all. I was stupid. I don't know what I was thinking, but you know, it looked like a beast when they had the Indiegogo campaign. So I went cheap and I got what I paid for. So that would be my only other recommendation. But for the dB meter, aces. For the tuner works great. You pop it on. I've had no issues with that. Like I said, I haven't used the stopwatch or the timer. The metronome I've tried. It's really cool. Again, it's a silent pulsing metronome. So that's the other thing to consider. But all things said, if you need a phone and you're a musician and you want something that has multiple functionality, and I think they've rumored at other things that they're going to try to add in the future, I think it's pretty cool. I mean, mine with the Indiegogo was like $180. I've paid way more for watches that did way less and frustrated me way more in the past. So I give this 2 big thumbs up. It actually works. And I didn't get paid to say so. So anyway, something to look into, all right? And that decibel meter protects your hearing. Talk to you later.